Good evening, guys. Warm welcome to the program, episode number 6 for warehousing and inventory management. One of the challenging topic in the supply chain management. And if you are able to master in this subdomain, then you are going to lead the supply chain world. We have been seeing in the previous sessions regarding this topic, and we have seen basic introduction and various warehouse processes. Of course, this program is fit for executive and above level. Even if you are working in any other subdomains in supply chain, this will be beneficial to understand the processes in warehouse so that you can improve the overall performance of the supply chain. So let me attach the slide and dive into the topic. So this will be episode number 6. We are going to continue with our previous warehouse processes. In this process, we are going to see about order picking method. Of course, all the topic what you are watching now is as per global standard. We are going to see the global process, and some of them are APIX process, and it may be helpful not only if you are trying to improve the process in your organization, but also if you are attending any interview or taking up any global certification exam. This will definitely help you. Before we dive, this is my brief introduction. My name is Pattabhiraman. I am in Udemy. I have more than 4,000 candidates doing various supply chain program, and also available in LinkedIn. You are always welcome to connect or follow me. And I am searchable by supply chain master keyword in LinkedIn. As you see next to my profile, I have mentioned APIX certifications. They are globally recognized certification. They provide yeah, a benchmarking process in the supply chain domain. And if you are in the job market, you need such kind of certification to at least go to the interview level. Coming to the picking technology, now there are a lot of advances made in the technology, and the way in which picking has changed a lot, especially in the e-commerce platform and q-commerce, where they were supposed to deliver the item quickly. There is no possibility of stock mismatch, or the picking methods should be in a position to facilitate quicker picking, improved accuracy. Okay, so productivity also parallelly increased, because in the q-commerce, when we talk about 10 minutes 30 minutes delivery, the productivity and that lead time of each of the process and sub process should be as small as possible. Now let us dive into the picking methods. If anyone of you watching live in YouTube, you are always welcome to chat. And if you are watching offline, you can also comment so that you can reach to us. So there are several picking methods available. The traditional one, which is being followed in many of the organization even today, especially in the manufacturing environment, is a paper pick list. Second one could be pick by label, that is one level advanced to the paper pick list. Third one is pick by voice. In fact, as you go down in this method, the accuracy and productivity is expected to improve. And then comes the barcode scanning, radio frequency identification. All these are data capture device, the barcode and RFID. Finally, you have other picking methods like pick by light or pick to light, and put to light, it is a replenishment method. Then finally, we have automated picking. If you see in traditional organizations, still we are following the manual picking method. That is because of availability of cheaper labor. But if you need a higher accuracy and productivity, then you have to go for the latest technological method. So let us see each one of this in the coming slide. Coming to the basic paper pick list. So every day a picking list is generated from the system, and possibly a print is given to each of the picker. So picker is supposed to pick possibly 300 to 500 line item every day or every shift, and he has to mark manually what are the items picked, and if there is any shortages available, he has to mention in the picking list. Okay. Of course, this will show order number, location, product code, description, quantity. All these things may be available, and each product line will be shown in sequence, which means the picker has to follow only one direction, and there should not be any crisscross in the movement. So the picking list will provide in a sequence in which the picker has to follow, and also ultimately it is going to result in minimum picking time. Okay. Possibly the picker will utilize a trolley or cage or pallet truck or forklift depending upon weight of items being lifted. Any discrepancy like some stock is not available or quantity mismatch, all this will be written on this particular pick list, which has to be resolved by picker or his next reporting authorities. Since this is the age old practice, there is no much requirement, no much investment, but it results in a low accuracy, maybe achieving a 80 to 85% accuracy level. When we have 500 to 600 items to be picked, will become really difficult. Next level, which is one improved way, is pick by label. The pick list will have a stickers which will provide the part number, location, code, everything, which the picker has to pull from the sheet. And when he is picking, he has to pick to the pot, stick to the pot, and if some items is not available, it will be left in the sheet, and that will become a shortage list. Okay, the label will look like this. Pick list or the series of labels on a sheet printed in pick order. Once again, this will be printed in the pick order. Picker attaches a label to each item picked and returns any unused label to the supervisor's office. Why he is not able to pick is there is a shortage of such item, or quantity mismatch may be there, which supervisor has to resolve. And of course, this method is slightly better than the paper picking list. Coming to the next advanced technological level is pick by voice. Possibly in India, you may see only the e-commerce or q-commerce platform may be using, and traditional manufacturing have not gone to this mode. Here you will get the instruction on the voice mode. Possibly you are seeing the headphone on the image, and the pick list is translated into voice and transmitted to the picker. So picker is not going to carry any printed list. The picker will be guided, showing the location and the part code and the quantity to be picked, and picker is going to confirm as and when the item is picked. Then he will get, or he or she will get the next SKU, location, and the quantity. Here the operators are issued with a headset and microphone. WMS, of course, this is a warehouse management system. When you want to go to this next level, you need a specialized IT tool. That's where WMS or warehouse management system is being used. When we use this voice speaking, the WMS sends a message to picker, which are converted to voice commands. Operator also uses voice to communicate back to the system. Earlier used in cold storage application, because when you take a paper pick list, it will become very wet, and it will get destroyed. So in only in such or similar environment, this pick by voice was used, but now it is being used everywhere. There are a lot of benefits for voice based picking, starting from increased accuracy, and increase productivity because it's a hands-free operation. Okay, you're not taking a pick list and checking the item. Reduction in error through elimination of rekeying data, and of course this results in a better accuracy. Improved safety through hands and eyes free operation. When you are having a manual pick list, so you will be focusing on the picking list, and that may lead to safety issues. And this is beneficial when you have the pickers from various linguistic languages, because the voice can come in any of the desired language. So this was a real benefit when you have other language people who doesn't clearly understand English. Okay, increased accuracy can negate the need for additional checks at dispatch. So it has given a better accuracy level. We will see a summary at the end what kind of accuracy we can get in each of this picking method. Reduction in picking error is significant in most of the companies. This has been practically tried out and it is possible. And you can see that accuracy can go up to 99.9%, and also with the reduction in the stop turnover and turning time. Of course, this is very easy to learn when you use this kind of a system. Time to full productivity for a new worker is 2 to 3 weeks, but with the voice, it can be just 3 to 4 days. Voice technology, unless used in conjunction with scanning, may not be 100% correct. So you need to use along with some data capture device for capturing the part code. For example, you can use barcoding or a RFID, which we are going to see in the coming slides. Also it does rely on the correct product being in right location. Of course, whenever you are trying to use the higher technology, it assumes that your process is correct, and one of the example is right product should be available in the right location. And you can see benefits of voice picking. For example, the highest benefit is easier to make new workers quickly productive. There's the benefit. You can see up to 85% of the people who have responded to this survey has told. Second one could be increased ability to use non-native workers. In India, of course, you have a lot of mixed language who may not be from the same locality, and this can help if you are able to communicate to them in their language. The third one is easier to use in temperature controlled facility. Of course, this has started in cold storage areas. Now it's being used everywhere, and it is also going to result in fewer injuries. Okay, now, why voice outperforms scanning? You can see on the top the scanning process in the manual way. There are several steps involved, like starting from read next location, travel to the location, scan location, read quantity on the screen, free hands, place device elsewhere, perform task, locate device, press buttons to confirm. These are in the manual one, whereas you can see what happens in the voice. So the number of processes is also reduced and the time taken is also reduced. Coming to some idea on data capturing device, generally the part code, if you use a paper list, you are going to read the part code. But if you have the barcode scanning, it facilitates quick reading of the part code. Of course, you need a reader, and all the parts or should have this barcode printed or pasted on it. But in engineering industry, we faced a lot of issues that we cannot simply paste it in on a component, because this barcode cannot go to the customer in pasted condition in all the child parts. So there is a challenge in the engineering industry. But in the retail or distribution environment, when we have a nice packaging available, in ensuring this kind of barcode becomes easier. It consists of series of vertical bars of varying width that represents letter, number, and other symbol. Of course, all of you may be familiar with this. This barcode is even being used in the supermarket or any retail store. They have this facility, but in industrial environment, still we are not able to adopt this because of some technology limitation. The handheld scanner has a screen and a trigger. It scans the barcode, deciphers it, and transfers to the computer. 2D, 3D barcode are also available. Of course, this comes with some disadvantage. Keep down the reader whilst tasks are being carried out. Error tend to occur if they are put down on a surface, low accuracy level, and you can also see the various formats of barcode scanners like wearable finger scanner or picking with handheld barcode scanner. Of course, if you see in Google or YouTube, you will get an idea how these units can perform. Because in India, still we are not used to these kind of handheld finger scanner, especially. Then also in some of the advanced picking areas, visual logistic is also available. For example, in a forklift, a guidance will be given in the form of a maps. It will guide the forklift driver to go to a particular location. It will show the drawing. It will show the location. It will show the part code number to be picked, all that. And if he is picked and completed and confirms that, it will show the next location in the map. So it's more of a visual picking. Pickers are presented with the visual warehouse location map to guide them to assigned pick location. They are also being presented with product specific images to enable visual validation. So you can expect all this method could result in higher security, higher accuracy. Okay, one other data capture device is RFID, radio frequency identifying devices. This is also used in supermarket. You can see, especially in a cloth retailing, maybe they are attaching all this RFID till the billing point. Once the billing is done, they are going to remove this RFID so that when you take out this product outside, it is not going to beep at the security counter. So this is being used for multiple reasons. You may be also aware, in the toll gate, there is a RFID mounted in the car or the vehicle, so it can automatically read, and it is having a better advantage compared to the barcode, because this item or this device need not be in the line of sight. And also it can, depending upon the type of RFID, it can be at a distance of 100 meters or more. Okay, it uses radio waves for identification. Data is exchanged between tags and reader, and depending on frequency, may or may not require line of sight. So this is important in a warehouse. If you are searching for some item and it is available somewhere behind and not in the line of sight, then also it is fine with the RFID. Enable simultaneous reading of multiple item as opposed to barcode. You can scan only one item by one item, whereas RFID can capture the data for multiple devices. So you can see a simple RFID device where there are two kinds are available: active and passive. Active as a inbuilt battery available to it, and you have the antenna and chip available, whereas in passive kind of a battery, you will not have the battery power source. Okay, still individual item tracking is not cost effective, because as of now it is a costly thing to have this RFID, but lot of research is going on to reduce the price. Possibly now we are not putting this RFID on individual items. Possibly we are putting on a roll gauge pallets or returnable packaging where it becomes very effective. So as far as the components of RFID is concerned, you are going to have a reader, then tags are there, middleware which is going to connect the reader and tags, system upgrades, or radio frequency network within the warehouse should also be available. And possibly this also comes with some disadvantage, but compared to the advantage, this may not be significant if you are going for okay, reading issue when in close proximity to liquids and metals. Okay, dead areas in the warehouse where signals may be weak, so you may not be able to read the item. Tag can be damaged by liquid, static discharges, and magnetic surges. Intermittent data capture with the possibility of some tags not being read. And these has to be taken care. It is not that it cannot be eliminated. Of course, this can be taken care. Next advanced method of picking is pick by light or pick to light, where you can see there are counters or display units available which is going to blink when particular item has to be picked. Then the picker is going to that location, pick the required quantity which is displayed in the counter, and then confirm the picking. Then the picker moves to the next area where the light is blinking, because the human eye can see a light faster than it takes for a brain to interpret a voice command. Okay, you can see the difference there. Uses a light indicator, LED or LCD modules mounted on the rack. Of course, you can see that in the image given here. A digital display tells the operator the quantity to pick. After picking, operator turns the lights off to confirm the pick. Next one is put to light. Here it is specific to retail store replenishment operation, not the picking, replenishment. It is opposite to picking. Once the SKU is arrived at the put location, the operator scans each item and a flashing light displays at each location indicating which containers require that product and how many are required. So it is simply opposite to pick to light, and the wording we are using put to light. So you can see a sample in the image shown here. And you should also know the cost of error in the picking process. If you are committing any error, for example, you are picking a wrong item or wrong quantity, then it's going to be very expensive, because the cost of recovering that item will be very expensive. Labor cost of in handling and checking on its return. When a wrong item goes to the customer, then you should have a reverse logistic to pick this item back, and possibly you are going to and we are going to have a problem on the returns management. And you should have a separate team to handle the returns. Possibly they are going to inspect this item before putting back into the warehouse location or in the stock, because possibly since customer might have used it or the item is damaged, maybe then it requires some repair, refurbishing. All such may be possible. So cost of repicking, repacking, or redelivery is also involved, and it is especially very expensive compared to the forward logistic. So also the cost of handling claims is also there. Potential loss of sales for the product incorrectly dispatched. So there are various costs involved if even a small mistake is committed. So we need to do a cost benefit analysis in investing in this kind of advanced technology, because this advanced technology requires additional money, maybe a capital investment, and you may have to evaluate the benefit of investing in this technology and convince the management in terms of accuracy, productivity, the cost of lost sales, or the cost of the error. And it is always possible that you can convince the management if you are able to do this analysis. Okay. Coming to the picking velocity, the speed at which these items are picked, you can see in this chart, maybe the movement category is on the y-axis. The SKU velocity category we have seen earlier, or maybe we are going to see in the future session. FSN analysis has to be made in the warehouse stock, which means fast moving, medium moving, and slow moving has to be identified. And when you talk about fast moving item, you cannot be doing some manual picking. This is where you need automated or semi automated picking technology. Of course, you can see the velocity in order line selected per paid person per hour. So it's going above 600 pieces, and maybe possible for a similar category you can use horizontal carousels. We have seen what is this in our previous session. And then if you have A and B or ABC, voice speaking or visual speaking, so you need a particular picking mechanism, considering the velocity required, speed at which you need to pick this item. Of course, for the slow moving item or low velocity item like C and D, you can go for either paper pick or radio frequency pick. And here, when we are talking about ABCD, we are not talking about the value of item. Here, we are talking about fast moving, medium moving, and slow moving, which has been done using FSN analysis. So, depending upon an organization requirement, we have to select a particular picking technology. But I have seen in many of the organizations still we do a manual picking method, which may not be appropriate. Okay. Cost and accuracy comparison, you can see here. If you want to spend in radio frequency and terminal, of course all these are approximate cost. You cannot go this taking this as a final quote. You have to discuss with the vendor, take the estimated price, because cost of each of the requirement can be different. But for you to note the accuracy level is important. We are talking something near to 100% accuracy. And different kinds, for example, pick to light is more expensive in compared to all the mechanism, because original investment is required. But you can see the level of accuracy being improved. And when you go to the voice technology, it is almost close to 100%. So there is a necessity to do a cost benefit analysis and convince the management of these benefits, and go for a higher methods. Because management only if they see the capital investment involved, sometimes they may also take this labor availability is much cheaper than the automation. It may not work out in all situation. If the company wants higher accuracy or higher productivity, then they have to go for better technology oriented picking item. Deciding on a type of picking item, like I was telling about the cost benefit analysis, finally we can the output can be based on ROI, return on investment, or payback period. These are some financial term used to evaluate whenever you are investing huge amount of money, specifically capital item. All this picking system, for example voice technology, if you take, all these are capital investment. So you need to work out ROI and the payback period. Of course, your finance team will all do that. If you are able to provide all benefits in a quantifiable manner. Okay. For example, by implementing this technology, there are a lot of quantification possible. For example, instead of picking 100 item, you can say 200 item you are going to pick. Thereby possibly you are going to reduce some labors. Okay, and also you can qualitatively justify some of the investment by saying ergonomic and green issues. Okay, then it could be also for the long term strategy for the organization to survive. And in some of the areas, especially now, you see most of the warehouses are in a non-urban center where availability of labor is a problem, and in such cases this becomes a easier justification. And flexibility and automation does not go together. This is a word of caution. So but you have to find a balance. Okay, then coming to the end of today's session, before we close, I want to inform you, any one of you watching live or offline, you can also get a certification for this program, warehousing and inventory management. Of course, you need to watch this program. Okay, you may have to take a online multiple choice question. Basically, you have to first subscribe to our free channel, watch all the videos, like and comment in all the videos. Since we are not going to charge for this program, but for certificate alone we are going to charge a very small amount. So you can do a favor by doing this, subscribing to our channel. You are going to get a e-certificate and available to very nominal cost only for taking the exam. And if you need more detail, you can contact us. You will find the WhatsApp number here. You can also visit our site to see various kind of live and self-paced programs are available. One of our popular program is supply chain analytics, where we are trying to combine supply chain and analytics. And nowadays you can see the employers want this kind of knowledge skill set, so that the more and more number of opportunity can be there to you. And as far as certification is concerned, you should go for a global certification which is recognized by most of the employees. And also you can be out of the crowd, because if you take any of the local certification, you are one among the thousands of people in the job market. So we do both these things. If you need any assistance or contact, you are welcome to contact. So, anyone watching live, any questions? So, this program is being done to facilitate people who are looking for a job, or executives already working in supply chain domain and trying to enhance their knowledge level or performance at their work site. Watching all the series of video is going to help you in improving your performance. Thanks for watching. Bye.